Hello everybody and welcome. I hope you guys and girls are well and enjoying your day, whatever you're up to. And you join me here on Euro Truck Simulator 2. And I've got something to show you. Not this. This is just my little run around. I drive in every now and again. Especially if I decide I want to live... Well, I've got many little flats like one up in here, one here, there's a couple here, there and everywhere dotted around close to where my yards are, so then I don't have to sleep in my cab in the yard, or whatever, or get an expensive hotel. I figured I'd start investing them, but anyway, I thought I'd drive in today. I know it's not that much of a drive. Let me get my keys out. Right, that's the alarm disengaged. Right, let's jump in. Let's fire it up, and I'll drive to work. I normally don't drive. This doesn't really get much of a run, to be fair. I take it out for the odd occasional run, but I don't get much time in this car. Right, let's deselect the handbrake. I figured as you guys are here, I might as well drive in a bit quicker. You guys and girls already figured out where we're going with this, because the thimble and the title suggests that I'm going to be driving a Tandem today, and that is the plan. Once we get to work, that is. You guys and girls might be surprised. The first time you've ever seen me drive in Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator. It's not an experience for anyone's not tried it yet. It's not an experience for the faint-hearted, because the physics ain't exactly meant for cars. It's not great. If you can find a car that's been the physics been tweaked so it's a bit forgiving. Even this isn't great. So I'm struggling to see the traffic light. There we go. You've got to be very light-footed, which is unusual for me. This, because you can soon roll it over before you know it. For you guys and girls that watched my Facebook post, my Facebook group post, you saw me playing about an old Golf. That's quite nice. That is a very nice mod. All it needs is the window, front windscreen to be sorted out, and then it'd be great. You wouldn't have that weird, dirty texture going on when you look through it, and everything looks dirty, or whatever. But anyway, let me just... Now, where can I park this so it's not going to get in anyone's way? I'll park it over here. See what I mean? My lead foot almost got that. And I only tapped the throttle then. I'm so used to just plonking the throttle down. Well, you know what I mean, but it was literally just a light tap. Right. I know it's not great for the engine, but I do take it out on long runs every now and again. But for you guys and girls, I'm curious to see what it's like to be driving a car on the Euro Truck Simulator. That's what it's like. It's not for the faint of heart. Anyway, let me go and do my pre-checks on the truck, and I'll get it all fired up and warmed up, and I'll find a job in the meantime, and then hopefully I'll find a nice short job, so then I can cover both the mod that I'm actually doing today and the journey itself, and not run on forever like normal. Anyway, I shall see you in a minute. Hi guys, welcome back. Right, all the pre-trips done. I'm just going to quickly show you around the truck. And of course, guys and girls, I will leave the link for this down below for you guys and girls to have a look at and have a go with yourself. It is a Steam mod, and I think I've covered one of these at least once before. This is, I don't know if it's made by the same modder or what, but the previous one I did before was a bit tricky because you had to download one mod, then you had to download a separate bunch of trailers and something else. I think if memory serves me right. However, if I'm wrong, and this is exactly the same mod as I covered once before, I apologise in advance. I figured either way, it's a good time to revisit the old tandems. Some people call them rigids with trailers, some people call them tandems, some people just call them small lorries with trailers. Either it all sort of amounts to the same thing. Right, let's turn the hazards off, the fog lights off and everything else off. Lift axles are up. We've got a job assigned, I believe. No, we have not got a job assigned. Let us fix that now. What I'll do first, I'll go with it just in case you guys are unaware of this mod. Again, like I said, like I normally say in every mod showcase, download the mod at your own risk. If you do decide to download it, you download it at your own risk. Please try it out on a dummy account before playing it on your main important account. That out the way. If you go to truck dealers, actually, I'm not going to dealers for. Ignore me. Don't need to go to truck dealers at all. You can go to truck manager. Now, this will only work with your in-game stock trucks as of current version, which is 1.46 something or other. I know they're doing the beta for 1.47. Anyway, I'm just going to grab one of my trucks at random. Doesn't matter which one, as long as it's a stock one. Like I said, it doesn't matter. Upgrade. It's a bit on the slow side. Just give it every second. Right, so once you go to upgrade, then if you go over to chassis configurations, roll all the way down, you should see Tandem. It's very similar to the other mod I covered, so I'm not entirely sure I've covered this exact same mod at all. But I know originally, remember in the previous one, you did have to sort of like download a separate trailer. In this, you don't. I wasn't subscribed to it, so I can only assume this is a different mod. But I could be wrong. But the way it works is similar. Anyway, as you can see there as I went through, anything that says Tandem is the mod. It is the one you need to select. Nothing else will work. So you've got, if I go Tandem, see that chassis there? That will not work with. That's just a conventional 6x4. But then you have the 4x2 configuration there. 6x4 configuration. Even though it says 6x2x4, but that's a 6x4. Ah, yeah, no, that's a 6x2. So that's the twin axle there. These are just a standard twin. Sorry, the standard lift axle. Then you've got that again. Don't know what the difference between that and that is. That's a regular axle. That's not a lift. That might just be a steering axle. Where this is a lift axle. Then you've got the 6x4 configuration. 6x4 mid lift. That is the 8x4 configuration. So that's I can only guess that maybe a steering axle, but don't quote me on that. That's the same again with the tag. So tag lift. So there you go. There's your options. I've got this one. I think now looking back at it, I think it's a bit OTT, but it's an option. So that covered. Now, if you want to know how to access the beds or the backs of the trailers themselves, what you need to do is obviously go over to the options, outside options, and then look, you see it's not there, not immediately obvious, so you need to swing the camera around just enough so you can get to it. There's two little options here. One covers like the accessories well you can get on the sides. You got some more on this back end as well, but if you click this one, you can select the trailers. Then you can also add your exhausts in if you wish. I'd say that's probably not where they'd have the exhaust placed in real life. They'd probably have them tucked up under here, if anything. But normally they wouldn't, because that's quite a nice. It could be quite a tight gap between that and the back of the cab. Even though these do swing open in real life, as you guys probably know that, but just in case for those people that don't, those do, they unclip and then they swing open. This will slide open, I should say, and then you can get to behind there, which I'm trying to think if a rigid has that option or not, or if a rigid is just literally. It's been a while since I've looked around the back end of a rigid. I think, if memory serves me right, a rigid, there is no need to get round the back end of it. But if I'm wrong, I see rigids every day, but I haven't really closely looked at one. So, bear with me. I could be wrong. But either way, if there is an access panel here for the rigids, then that would slide across and then you can get into it that way. I could only imagine that it probably would have some sort of access to that bit, just in case you need to get into there for whatever reason. But I digress. Next time I look at a rigid, I'll have a closer look at one. But anyway, I digress. I'm waffling on. You've got loads of different options for the beds. Going back to the beds again. Got to get the angle right. You can have that. Now, with aspects to the beds, I haven't tested the beds yet, so I don't know for sure is if you put this on and then go to pick up a cargo, the cargo will appear on there. You have to try that for yourself. I haven't tried that yet. So if it doesn't work, don't be disappointed. I've warned you, it might not work. That looks a bit overkill, but it could work. But there you go. There's your options. The only downside to it is you can't. That one's customizable, but that one's your truck color, I should say. That's your truck color. These don't. You can't customize them to be a truck color. Same for these. Those don't turn into your truck color, which is a bit of a shame. I suspect they're probably skins you might be able to get to work with alongside this. Don't ask me to find them for you. You're going to have to look on Steam Workshop. But anyway, I've waffled on long enough. Once you've configured your truck, let's come out of here. The next step will be you need to go now buy a trailer. So if I show you that, if we go to trailer managers, not truck managers, trailer purchase, here is where you get your options. Now it's these ones here, which is the drawbar trailers. You can use them. This option, I'm only guessing. Again, I haven't played with it myself yet, but I can only imagine is if you don't want the tandem and you only just want to play with the rigid, you use this instead. I can only imagine you drive up to a cone and then it attaches the cone on the back of the truck. I don't know. You'd have to have a go with it yourself. I'm just imagining that's how it works. If you come here to look for that, then I'm sorry, I apologise in advance, or know how to do that, how to attach that. Again, I don't know. I digress. Next one is the tandem trailers. Again, you've got selection for both, so you can configure it the way your truck has. You don't have to necessarily have to have both the same type of trailer. You can mix and match it. I don't know how that's going to work with your load types. Again, it's worth having a play with it, see what happens. But again, I'll briefly go through all them just to see. Difference between the drawbars and the tandems is the bar configuration. You can see you've got steer axle here, where the tandems don't have the steer axle there. They have just a bar going straight from this set of axles straight to it. I suspect they both handle the same, but don't quote me on that, because I've not tried to draw bar trailers yet. I've only tried these tandems. But these handle relatively easy. But I come back in the truck. Once you've configured your truck and your trailer to your liking, next step, you're thinking, right, let's go to job market, shall we? Now let's just go to freight. No, you don't. You go as if you had a conventional trailer on. You now go to cargo market. And I select one from here. I'll select a nice and short run because I don't want this dragging on too long. So if I go to the shortest runs available. Yikes, really? Well, I got that selected right. Why is that saying so many miles? There's a bit of a glitch there. Looking at the start point, that looks a bit far out. Let's see if I can find something a bit more. That looks a bit closer. I'll go for that one. Nice and short, sweet one. Right, let's go and pick it up. To drive, it's actually quite good to drive this. It's quite easy. Surprisingly easy. I figured it was going to be harder than it was to drive this. The only thing I can think could be is the trailer itself. I don't think it really behaves as it should do. The only reason I say that is because we get a tandem or a rigid with a trailer, as some people would call it. Either works. Don't hit the ambulance. At work. I won't mention their company name again, and I won't mention the company I work for. People know who I work for. The people do, people don't. I'm sorry, I can't tell you. But our yard's quite narrow, so it's no way it can physically turn around in our yard like an Arctic can, because of the limitations of the bar. If it was a long bar on the back, then it could probably swing round. Because what happens is, if it tries, all that happens is the back end of the rigid collides with the trailer, and then bends and breaks both bits of trailer and bits of truck. Bits of truck. Which is not good. Very expensive. So what they have to do is they have to turn right. Right, is this right? I believe it's this right, yeah. I've taken it a little bit wide just because it is a lot easier than an Arctic. It handles a lot better. Well, it handles different. I wouldn't say better, but handles different. It's weird. Until you drive it, you won't understand what I mean, but it handles completely weird. Well, strange. Well, not strange, not weird, but different. That's what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, right, we need to back her in. Can I spin around in there? No, I'm not even going to remotely try it. Put her in gear, Kev. If you can hear the engine, that's the Creech Bums standard L6 sounds. I did do a link to him once before. I won't do it again. He has got a new... Let's open the window. Turn those hazards on. He has got a new version of it out now with... this is where it's going to go really Pete Tong. Well, I said it was easy. When it, I'm going to end up eating my words. I can see it happening. Yeah, it's got a new open pipe sound version for both the V8s and the straight sixes, or he calls them L6s, inline sixes, which is the right phrase. I call them straight sixes. I told you I'd map that up. Yeah. See if I can wiggle it in. Not that much, Kev. Right, let's try that again then. Try. I had it almost. I could have got on wave using that, but I just wanted to get it bang on if I can. Yeah, this is a bit easy to. I find it a bit easy to swing the back end around. There we go. The trailer seems to follow you a lot more, or you can command the trailer a lot easier than you can on the RTX. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so let's get this loaded. Hope they don't take too long loading me up. Now, did they drop my axles when I did that? They did drop my axles when I did. Did they? Is that still up or is that down? The back one is down. The front one is still up, so that can come down now. And I just need to adjust. I forgot to do that before loading them. Drop the axles. But there we go. All's good now. Yeah, he's got an open pipe version of said mod. If you're planning on using it, you can use it, but you can't use both. If you've got this same mod as me with the standard standard engines, what you have to do is you'll have to add the mod. Then if you've told you I'd end up eating my own words, didn't I? I thought I was going to make that. Didn't swing her out wide enough. That's better. Where was I going to? Yeah, so if you've got the standard one like me, you're going to mint me up, Mr. Mini Cooper? Thank you. Then, yeah, when you go to introduce the open pipe sound, you may be thinking, well, how do I select between the two? Between the stock and the regular... stop! Between the regular and... I've come too far out. I still see the green light. Yeah, you might be wondering how... There's green light. How to select between the different engines. You can't. If you add the open pipe, all the engines will sound like open pipe. If you take the open pipe back out, the engines will sound like this. The L6 and the V8 will sound stock or generic. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I found that out the hard way. There's no different options to select between the two, which is a shame. It's either, and so you have to faff around with the mod itself and select it and deselect it. If that's not your thing, then I appreciate that. Maybe sometime Creech Bum in the future will make it so both engine sets are there and one's clearly marked as open exhaust and whatever. That would be the ideal situation, ideal way to get around it. But I digress. That's if you guys are sitting there wondering, well, I've been having trouble. I can't seem to get both of them to work. Which engine is it? That's the problem you're running against. That's what exact same problem I had. The open pipe sound is very nice, actually. It is actually very good. Just gives them that little bit more extra throaty twang. But anyway, that aside, you've seen me drive the car. Some purists say you shouldn't be driving cars on this game. I don't necessarily agree with their what they say, but I don't necessarily disagree with what they're saying. I can see where they're coming from. That's what I'm trying to get at. This game, it says it in the title, it's Euro Truck. But I can see why people drive cars on buses on here. Each to their own. You know, if you want to add it as a thing, then, you know, do it. I know back when Convoy wasn't a thing on here and you had to do it through the multiplayer servers, there was issues a while back now, and I'm going a while back now, where, because the admin would drive around in cars, in what were pilot cars, glorified pilot cars that made look like police cars, and I don't know how it came about. Now, either that particular mod was leaked, or the people that made that server decided, actually, let's give people the opportunity to drive cars on the servers, as long as they don't make it look like a police car. I know a lot of people, it caused a lot of controversy, a lot of people saying these cars shouldn't be allowed on the servers. I'm not coming on the servers anymore, because there are people that are absolute idiots driving the cars along, and they're walloping people just trying to play the game and have fun. So I can understand why some people say it shouldn't be allowed they shouldn't be allowed as a thing. On your own server, it should, again, if you want loud cars, then that's up to you. On your own sort of just multiplayer Convoy, again, if you both got the same mod and you both want to play with the said mod, then go for it. Now, if you're on a publicly open server and you're going in there just to cause havoc, then that's, you know, unfortunately, if you do run a server, that is going to happen, and so then it's up to your call to sort of mitigate against people wanting to go in there causing havoc or whatever. Again, buses. People drive mod buses. I don't see a problem with that. I hear there's a bit of it's a bit of a faff getting the mod to work. You can't have a passenger mod and all that. I've seen it happen. Sorry, I've seen it actually happen. I've seen people playing about a bit on them, and it looks pretty cool actually. You don't get the loading animation of them jumping into the coach or anything like that, or the bus, but each to their own. It's, you know, I think it's pretty cool. So it's something I would do? I don't know. I'd have to wait for the mod to get a bit more, say, user friendly first. It incorporates it all together rather than trying to find a whole load of different mods. You gonna let me in, dude? Please let me in. Thank you. Again, I can see both sides of the fence. Like I said earlier, it's not for the light-hearted. The physics for this game is purely built for trucks. Now, if you've got it vanilla, I may have said this earlier, I may not have done. I've had to do this several times because I've had several different problems along the way. But never mind. If you have it vanilla, suspension side wise, you're going to struggle with it, and it doesn't cater for someone with a lead foot like me. You've got to be very gentle with the please don't be, no. I'd love to, but there's a copper car in the way. Now, let's quickly see how far and how much further this diversion will be. I keep getting this problem, don't I? If I do decide to go... now, can I come off here, then come around and go that way? Yes. That should work. Hopefully. And it isn't locked off the other way. Let's quickly cheat. Is the other way blocked off? We're going to find out. No, I just seen a truck going down there. Whoops. As you can see, I've now actually got developed the console. I could jump down there, but I won't because I wanted to chat to you guys about something else as well. Not the game. It is a game, but not this game. Last Fortress. Now, for you guys and girls who don't know what I'm talking about, I may have mentioned this. I can't remember which, if it was American Truck or this. I mentioned it another time ago, and I said that I was getting fed up a bit, and I was planning on leaving and stopped playing it. That has become official now. I'm no longer going to be playing on it. Again, it's a pay-to-win game. People on there are right nasty people. And I tried to build my own alliance again. What my vision was, I wanted to try and make the game better for everyone, not just for those that have a big wallet and or traffic's building up quickly. Oh, jeez Louise. Yeah, not just have a big wallet and or pretty good at playing the game. There are people on there that play pretty well and, you know, what are you guys doing? Why are you doing that? I think the AR know how to drive better than me. Anyway, I'm driving in here, I don't need to drive in here. I've just made the same mistake they did. I can't, oh well, I'm going to drive in over and drive out. I was in the wrong. Oh well, that's discovered that bit of the map. I was supposed to do that. Honest. Don't tell anyone I wasn't. Anyway. Back out in. After all that, I didn't even look at the GPS. I was just like rambling as I do. Yeah, I wanted to try and make the game better for everyone. That's what I wanted to do. And I could see there was good points about that game, but there was a lot of bad points. You spent most of the week building up your troops only for Saturday or whatever, or for someone to come along. You'd spend a whole week or a month or however long it takes to build up said amount, only for someone to come and wreck it all within a minute. Now, there was ways and means you could mitigate against it. I won't go into that because you'll find it boring. You just put your lines up into, short or long of it, put your line ups either into a city or take them out altogether. Slowing down a bit too early there. Let's say shell time. Let's shut that window. It's been open long enough. Yeah, there's ways and means of getting around that. You still lose up if they've done the perk, if they've researched the pillage and plunder perk, you're still going to lose troops. And Pretty much, because what was going on when I decided to start my alliance, everyone had gone over to another. They called it another dimension, but it was another map, and I didn't like it because it was the whole taking the whole mines thing again. You have to take like little squares, and then you have to then capture a mine, and I mean as in it was like a blue or a red mine that had diamonds in it. You'd have to capture it, or an empty space. You'd have to capture it. Then you'd have to build these things called clinks that look like nuclear reactors. You'd have to level them up, and then in order to take over the next city, you'd have to level it up, and you'd have to level it up and level yourself up and whatever. Which is all good. Don't get me wrong. It was different. The problem was, and this is the thing that was driving me a bit mad with it, and the reason I didn't. Well, come on, dude, you could have seen I was turning out. Fine. I saw him, but oh well, it is what it is. How are we doing for diesel? Just over half the tank. Good. But it was annoying because you'd spend all that time leveling up. Yes, I know. Customer expects it soon. I've been delayed. I'm going as quick as I can. Oh, what? Oh, that was a weighbridge thing. Whoops. Oh well, got. I looked down, didn't read it. I just assumed I was running late. Ayo. That's the first weighbridge I've ever seen on this game. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's all good and that. Going back to that last one. But then what it'd do is it'd just say, right, well, either the season would end or the event would end. So then you'd have to then, all that work you've just done doesn't roll over to the next event or the next season. You have to start all over again. And it's just like, yeah, I was getting sick of doing that. And it just felt like I was hitting my head against the wall. So I just went, right, and again, people that are much stronger players than I am were just coming in every Saturday just to wipe me out or whatever. That I was getting sick of. And so I said goodbye to everybody, and I was going to leave it at that. But then someone was supposed to be in a friend alliance of mine. Decided he didn't even just like come and talk to me and say, oh, you know, what's going on? Do you want to talk about this? Do whatever. He didn't just automatically assume just because I said, oh, I'm planning on leaving the game tonight, peeps. He just assumed he could take the city that I've been trying to take all week by myself. He then assumed he could have it, and I went. Well, he said, oh, I'm taking the city now, yeah? No. Let me go before you decide to go and take the city. And he started winding me up, and that just wound me up. And then, so, each time he's one of his guys, or him or his guys, decided to put a construction site there, on the city I was trying to take, I wiped out the construction site. And then that annoyed me even more. So then I just started destroying all the people that you had around. What's a tram? Cool. That's cool. That's the first time I've seen a tram working on here. That looks a bit janky. I'm glad I'm on this side of the road rather than that side. It could have gone really badly wrong. Yeah, so what was I saying?
Get ready to turn right.
Just to assume that
Turn right.
he can take the city when he can't. So I was winding. That wound me up. So I started hitting all these guys, and I said, "Look, their blood's on your hands, mate. As the leader, their blood is on your hands because you've told them it's fine to come and take that city when you haven't actually asked me whether it is or not. You've just assumed." Go. Yeah, green means go. I saw the coach go and I was like, do I go? Oh, that was a bit of a frame lag glitch. So then I just like kept on saying, well, look, guys, this is all on you. If you move away from the city, I won't hurt you. If you keep putting construction sites here, I'm just going to keep destroying you and then destroying all the people that are here already. Because your leader has wound me right up. With that, another alliance called Boo decided to come along, and then there was two of these particular guys in this alliance. Okay, I wasn't in the best of moods, I admit. I wasn't in the best of moods, but he was making it all personal. Because I was getting a bit upset, and as you guys and girls know, I have dyslexia, so I'm past the lights, so I'm going to have to break the law. So its lights have changed, I don't know. And he was... I've turned too early. Wow. My brain went into autopilot and I started turning when I shouldn't. Oh well, it is what it is. It's like, Kev, why are you turning right? Kev, why are you turning right? Kev, why are you turning right? You're gonna crash? Why are you turning right, Kev? Yeah, so, because I was tired and I was getting a bit upset, and when I'm tired and I'm getting a bit upset, my dyslexia really shines through then, and I just really make a ham sandwich out of anything spelling wise.
Keep left.
So,
Turn left.
he was picking on my spelling, and I said, look mate, I've got dyslexia. He's all,
left.
there's an excuse. I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm not using it as a shield to a reason why I'm so angry at Bell or Bull and Cody. I'm not angry at the world. I'm just angry at the fact that they're just being presumptuous, and they, unfortunately, his sheep of alliance members just coming in and getting themselves. He's the one to blame, not me. And with that, it was just like nitpicking. And I was saying, look, people like you are part of the problem, not part of the solution. Part of the solution are like me, want to try and make this game better for everyone. But anyway, he then just saying snarly little comments, and then I then logged off by then. Hadn't deleted the game yet, but I'd logged off because I just got so angry. But then he said something about my mum, which wasn't right, and it's unfortunate now because I'd walked away from it for several days, and I only found out today when to go. Once someone told me, well, actually, just by deleting the app doesn't delete your account. So, but anyway. He said something nasty about my mum, and
Get ready to turn left.
I was just like, yeah.
Turn left.
Bullies. That's what that game's full of, bullies. There's some really nice people on there, and I'm really nice people, and then people I had time to talk to. Unfortunately, some of them that were talking to me, I got a bit shirty with, and I apologise if I did, but
You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now
it's all done
finished.
with now. I haven't played it for over 2 or 3 days. I probably, yeah, it must be 4 or 5 days now. I'm glad I'm out of it now, because it's just getting rinse and repeat, and it just become a game full of bullies. The ones that had bullies that had lots of money were the ones that are winning, not the ones that decent players. But on that Blue Ridge bombshell, we are here. Engine off. Parking brake is set. All the electrics are off. Let's press enter. Oh, jump out the cab. Try that again, Kev. Jump out the cab. But I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the episode. Thanks a lot for sticking around and listening to my waffle and everything else. And thank you for supporting me and everything else. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to like. If I can get my thumb in there, you can see that. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to dislike. Please leave comments down below either way, so then I'm aware and I can try to improve in future. If you know anyone else that may also enjoy watching this, guys, or might find it useful in any way, please feel free to share. It helps me out a lot. I don't mind you sharing. And if you're new to my channel and you see future episodes of this or anything else I'm working on, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so then you're aware as soon as I upload a new video. I'll see you guys and girls in the next one. TTFN.